Alright, so yeah, good day and welcome to our another lecture video in our subject event management. Okay, so from our last lecture, I introduced with you the event management and its definition together with its importance, and why event management is important for business organizations. And it's because it is a way to create an opportunity to promote one's business and for their brand awareness or the brand awareness ng business and for the business promotion. Okay, we also discuss some of the management procedures or the top 10 steps that we need to consider in planning an event. Okay, and from those lecture, we also learned that event management is something that it really needs knowledge, and it really needs an expertise for it to become a successful activity, and for the goal and objectives of that specific or of that particular event to be achieved. Okay, for today's lecture, in order for us to deeply understand event management, let's talk about the concept of event management and how conceptualizing or creating and developing events are taking place. Okay, so when we say concept, it is defined as the abstract idea or the abstract ideas. And kapag ang pinag-uusapan natin is all about the concept of event management, it is about applying yung tinatawag natin na project management. Okay? So ano naman itong tinatawag na project management na ito? Okay? When we say project management, it is the process of leading the work of a team to achieve the goals and objectives and to meet these goals at a specified time period. Okay, so to meet the goals at a specified time period. Okay, so basically project management, it happens kapag there is a team or a group of people that needs to achieve something and for these things to happen. Okay, it needs someone, of course, the project management, it needs someone to lead and to manage the team. Okay, so yun yung tinatawag natin na project management. Okay, so going back to the concept of event management, hindi natin matatawag ang isang activity or isang bagay na event management if that concept of yung project management na diniscuss natin is not applied. Okay, so that it is the concept of event management. Okay, it needs or in the concept of event management, it needs a group of people working together and a collaborate effort, So going back dun sa concept of event management, pag sinabi nating event management, it is all about applying the project management to the creation and development of the different types or the different kinds of events. Okay, it can be meron tayong festivals, it can be conferences, it can be concerts, and so on and so forth. Okay, and we will also be discussing the different kinds of events in this course or in the subject. Okay, so the concept of event management is also said to focus on studying the event itself and its brand. Okay, recognizing the target audience or participants or attendees, also devising the teams, planning the logistics and other technical aspects or preparations na kailangan gawin in order for the event na ino-organize natin to be successfully executed. Okay, and all of these technical aspects is may encounter natin along our discussion for this semester nitong subject natin. Okay, so going back with the concept of event management, yung sinasabi natin kanina na project management, it will not happen if it doesn't involve the different activities that needs to be done. Okay, so syempre walang mangyayaring application of the project management sa isang event management if there is no activities na kailangan gawin just for it to happen. Okay? So dito sa event management na ito, for these activities na dapat nating gawin, no? Meron tayong flow or meron tayong activity flow na tinatawag. Okay? And this flow of activities is divided into 3 sections. Okay? So meron tayong pre-event activities, meron tayong during event activities, and meron tayong post-event activities. Okay? So if you would notice pa lang from from these 3 sections of activities, no, and from the name itself, no, sa pre-event, post-event, and during event, no, from the name itself, we can identify kung ano-ano itong mga activities na ito. Okay? And from this, we can already say na hindi siya ganun kadali, no, because to do these different activities, it needs a lot of time. Okay? It needs a lot of preparations. And kaya malaki ang bayad or nagagastos in event management kasi medyo matrabaho talaga siyang gawin. Okay? And for these different activities to happen, so syempre hindi natin magagawa itong mga activities na ito, the preparations, no, before the event, the things to accomplish during the event, and the activities to perform, no, right after the event, pagkatapos ng event, if it's not because of the management or how the event is properly managed. Okay? So meron tayong tinatawag na functions of management. Okay? I know some of you are already familiar, no, with functions of management because it is already being discussed, okay, in your organization and management subjects, no? But when it comes to event management, why these different functions are important and how it can help us in event management. Okay? So let's discuss it one by one. So meron tayong 5. Okay? So the first one is the planning. Okay? When we say planning, no, it is deciding in advance. It's either deciding in advance what to do, know how to do it, when to do it, and who should do it. Okay, so yun yung mga questions that we need to answer, or the questions that we need to ask, no, in the first function of the event management, or the first function of management, no, which is planning. Okay, so once again, it is deciding in advance, no, what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who should do it. Okay, so syempre, bago ka gumawa or bago ka makapag-isip, no, ng mga details about dun sa event, no, na gagawin mo, hindi siya mangyayari or hindi mo siya magagawa if hindi mo na siya dumaan sa tinatawag natin na planning stage. Okay? So, or if hindi mo na siya nag-undergo dito sa planning function na dinidiscuss natin. Okay? Yung mga event managers or event coordinators or the event management team, no, they should take this management function seriously, no? Kasi dito sa function na ito, in planning function, it will help in understanding first your client profile, no, ano-ano ba yung mga needs and wants, or ano-ano yung mga satisfaction, no, that you need to deliver to your client through the event that you will conduct. Okay? You also need to understand the brief details of the event na gagawin mo. No, you also need to understand kung sino ang magiging target audience mo or attendees mo or participants mo, and kung gaano kalaki and gaano kadami, no, yung participants or attendees ng event, no, na gagawin mo, and so on and so forth. No, and other major component that follows, no, for the preparation of the event. Okay? And dito, sa planning function na ito, it involves the preparation or it involves preparing the mission, no, or the goal and objectives why you are going to conduct an event. Okay? In which, from our last lecture, no, we already discussed why it is important, no, for an event, why it is important for an event, or why establishing the goals and objectives for an event is one of the top preparations that we need to consider. Okay? Kasi meron kang ginogol to happen, no? Meron kang ginogol na gustong mangyari or to happen at the end. No, and that goal will not be accomplished if you will not set the necessary objectives for the attainment of that goal. Okay? And those goals and objectives that we discuss now are will not be created. Okay? If it's not because of this planning function. Okay? So, diba from our last lecture, I already differentiate or discuss with you kung ano yung pinagkaiba ng goals and kung ano yung objectives. Okay? So, itong goals and objectives na ito that we discuss will not be created if it's not because of this planning function. Okay? And once may clear goal na tayo, and once may clear goal na, no, and objectives, the next thing to plan is ano ba ang mga strategies na dapat gawin or kailangan nating i-devise, no, just to achieve this set of goals. Okay? And itong planning function na ito, no, it involves the event coordination activities, no, such as the liaison, no, with the creative team discussing, no, facilitating and arranging ideas. Okay? Kapag sinabi nating liaison, sir, ano ba yung liaison na binabanggit mo? Kapag sinabi nating liaison, it means that there is a communication or there is a cooperation that facilitates, no, a close working relationship between people in your event management team. Okay? In this planning function, kasama na rin dito ang checking out alternative arrangements for locating the event venue, no, as well as the conditions for the event, and even the gathering of information, no, for them to plan. Okay? So let's see, ano ba yung mga plano, ano bang plano ang gagawin natin sa event, no? Is it indoors? Gagawin ba natin siya sa labas? Gagawin ba natin siya sa loob? Or is it outdoors? No, do we need tickets? Kailangan ba nating mamigay ng tickets or kailangan ba nating mamigay ng invitations? Or are there any dress codes, no? Na kailangan? Are there any dress codes needed? No, even deciding the appropriate food, no, and beverage, yung mga pagkain, yung mga kakainin, iinumin that we need to serve for the event. No, as well as the requirements or the licenses or mga clearance, no, to operate and the likes, no. The likes of some of the fundamental responsibilities that the event manager or the event coordinator is burdened with. Okay? So basically, this planning function, it defines the limits of the creativity of the event management team, no? Kasi it provides the constraints, no, that this creative team has to work with as they need to deal with hard practical realities, no, in events, no, such as meron tayong logistics. Okay? Which is kapag sinabi nating logistics, ito yung you need to control the movement or the moving of the equipment, the materials, the paraphernalia, no, the goods, and even the people, no, to be on the event venue on time. Okay? In the most efficient and cost effective manner, or the transportation. Okay? So aside from logistics, this planning, it also includes the media plan, no, the designs, the printed banners or tarpaulin, no, the ticket or invitation card designing, and invitation card designing and printing, the audiovisual needs. So syempre, kung yung event mo kailangan ba ng audiovisual, no, kailangan ng mga speaker, ng microphone, and so on and so forth, no. Kung kailangan pa ba niyang mag-catering, no, the decorations, of course, the floor plan, no, kung kailangan pa ba natin ng photography services, and a lot more. Okay, so sobrang dami ng mga bagay na kailangan nating pagplanuhan, no? And ito yung ginagawa or nagagawa in the planning function of management. Okay? So based from those examples, no, that we mentioned, no, we can say that the planning function plays an important role in the preparation for any kinds of events. No, kasi without this planning function, we are not able to decide, no, in advance ano ba yung gagawin natin, no? Etong plano, paano ba natin to gagawin? Kailan natin to gagawin? Or sino ang gagawa? Okay? That's why planning is the first function of management that needs to be done in event management. Okay, so that's the first function. After the planning, the next function is the organizing. Okay? Kasi hindi naman pwede na tayo hanggang plano lang tayo, no? Hindi naman pwede na magaling lang tayo mag-drawing. Hindi naman pwede na magaling lang tayo sa paggawa ng plano, pero hindi naman natin ginagawa. Okay? That's why, in event management, after planning, no, organizing function should be observed. Okay? Kapag sinabi naman nating organizing, no, let's say out of the things na plinano natin gawin, okay, let's say dahil sa sobrang dami niya, no, in organizing, it involves assigning those tasks, no, or grouping those tasks into different groups or teams, no, or yung tinatawag natin na delegation, no, or delegating or allocating this task. Dahil sa sobrang dami ng plano na gagawin natin, no, we need to organize it, we need to delegate it to people, no, we need to allocate this task in every members of the event management team. Okay? So basically, dahil sa marami kayong kailangang i-prepare, it is important to assign this what do you call it? To assign this responsibilities, okay? So, dahil sa sobrang dami ng kailangang i-prepare, no, it is important to assign these responsibilities to the relevant members, no, of the event management team, okay? Para ikaw, let's say as the event manager or the head organizer, no, hindi ka ganun ka-stress of doing everything, no, because you are delegating the tasks to your members, no, and that can easily be done, or that can you are delegating or allocating the task to your members, no, that can easily do the job, kasi mahirap kung ikaw lang lahat ng gagawa, no, kaya nga kailangan mo ng team, so that there will be people, no, to work for you or to work with you. Okay? Kasi syempre hindi naman lahat ng activities or mga bagay, no, na plinano mo will go according to what you planned, no, and how you plan it to happen. Now, may mga situations na you need to come up with the alternatives. And for those situations, no, there is someone that will be accountable, no, for that, kasi you delegate the task to each member, no, to have a collaboration for the success of the event. Okay? So, in relation to this organizing function, doon naman papasok ang sunod na function ng event management, which is the staffing. Okay? So, let's say, may maganda kang mga plano, no, and you know how to organize those plans, no, but you don't have the team members or the people to help you do it, mababaliwala. No? That's why, staffing function after planning and organizing function should come next. Okay? Kapag sinabi naman nating staffing, no, it is the process of putting people at the right position, or putting people in the right position. Okay? Or putting the right people to the task which is dun siya magaling, no, or dun yung porte niya, or yun yung expertise niya. Okay? Which is kahit saan namang organization, no, the team structure is always present, because it is playing a crucial role. And in event management, no, the team structure, no, the experience, the background and expertise of the event management team, no, it plays a crucial role in event management, no, which is the need for people or the need for staff members is nakadepende kung gaano kalaki yung event management business, no, or yung events that you need to handle. Okay? And if in case that you need to hire or to recruit people, no, to be part of your event management team, now much better if the applicant that you will select is someone with past backgrounds, no, let's say in the hospitality industry, no, or background in sales, or background in advertising. Now that would be ideally be suited or sakto or fitted, no, to tackle the stress and pump up adrenaline levels, no, that come free with the events, no. So dapat sila yung mga people that they are trained how to handle these kinds of adrenaline levels or stress, no, sa ganitong industry, no, in event management, no, in which everyone, no, from the host of skilled and unskilled volunteers and labor staff need to be guided effectively, no? Kailangan they need to be guided effectively as well, no? And that is one of the responsibility, no, of the event manager, and doon papasok yun sa staffing function natin na tinatawag. Okay? So that's why the next function after the staffing is the leading and coordinating. Okay? Since, sabi nga natin kanina sa staffing, since you need people, no, to work with you, or you need people with their expertise or specialization in the different areas of event, no, and the different interpersonal skills is needed around for the success of an event, no. The need for achieving synergy among these individual efforts, no, so that the team goal is reached, and that is the main aim, no, yung tinatawag natin na coordination. Okay, so the people working on their designated or assigned tasks, no, they need someone to lead them, no, kasi imagine let's say imagine an event without someone that will lead these people, or without someone to coordinate the team, no, it will be chaotic, no, the event will 100% be a chaos, no. And the last function in event management is the controlling. Okay, so let's say for example, as the event management, let's say you are really doing a good job in leading and coordination now with your event management team. Okay, you are doing your best on how you can be an effective leader, or you are doing your best on how you can be an effective manager. Now that you perfectly executed the other functions, the planning, the organizing, the staffing, the leading, and coordinating. But there will always be some situations or some instances that failures or negative results can happen in between. No? Of course, hindi mo naman pwedeng pabayaan lang. Okay? You need to do something to resolve that problem or that failure na nag-arise. And doon papasok ngayon yung controlling function. Okay? So it's either to prevent those kinds of failures, or to prevent those kinds of possible negative results to happen, no? Or to prevent those failures na to happen again, no? Kapag sinabi natin controlling, it helps to check errors, no, in order to take some necessary corrective actions. Okay? And itong controlling function na ito, it includes setting standards. Okay? It includes measuring the actual performance, and it includes taking corrective action, no, in the decision making. Okay? So in this controlling function, it is also measuring or evaluating kung ano yung mga sinet na goals and objectives. Kung yung ulitin natin, in this nabubulol ako, in this controlling function, no, it is also measuring or evaluating kung yung mga sinet ba natin na goals and objectives ay nagawa. Okay? And kung ano ang mga bagay na nangyari, or in the future, ano ang mga pwede nating gawin, no, to prevent these things to happen again, no, para maiwasan na mag-fail ulit, no, yung sinet natin goals, no. Let's say for example, on the previous event, meron tayong sinet na goals and objectives, kaya lang hindi natin siya na-accomplish, no, hindi natin siya nagawa. Ano ba yung mga nangyari that lead to that kind of situation, no, para in the near future, kapag uulitin ulit natin yung ganong klase ng event, we can prevent it to happen again. Okay? So ito yung tinatawag natin na controlling function, no, in event management. Okay? So those are the functions that are needed to properly manage an event. Okay? And from these functions, it is giving us the clear idea of the concept of the event management. Okay? So I think everyone, it's clear with everyone kung ano yung concept ng event management and the functions now of event management. Okay, so let's proceed with our discussion of the lesson 4, in our instructional material. So we have the conceptualizing, creating and developing events, no? So nasa instructional materials natin yan. Okay. So when we say conceptualizing, no, it is forming a concept or it is forming an idea. Okay? And if we will look at the business perspective of the event management in creating and developing events, okay, part of the plans in this event creation and developing is the promotion techniques. Okay? And katulad ng sinabi natin kanina, no, and even in our last lecture, no, in our previous lecture, if we are going to look at event management in the business perspective, now the reason why businesses are conducting events is for them, no, to either promote their brand or promote their companies or promote new products or services. Okay? Since the company's goal, no, is for promotion, and actually in this lesson 4 of our instructional materials, no, it just want to give us the basic promotion techniques, no, that needs to be considered. Okay? And we have meron tayong tinatawag na basic promotion techniques. Okay? So this promotion techniques, no, that I will discuss with you, no, are the typical or the traditional techniques, no, that are used to promote events. Okay? So this promotion techniques, it includes advertising, public relations, cross promotion, street promotions, and stunts. Okay? And in promoting the business, no, or the brand through an event, okay, it can be with the use of one or two or combination of all of these promotion techniques, no? So it can be a combination of two or more of all these promotions that are applied, no? And of course, it will depend on the target audience of the promotion, no? And it depends with the budget, no, that they can afford, no. Yung budget kasi in every companies meron silang nakaset talaga na specific amount, no, for the promotion. Okay? Specific na budget, no, to na magkano ba ang pwede nating gastusin, no, just for us to promote. Okay? So kasi doing this promotion techniques, it requires a budget as well. Okay? So let's discuss it one by one. Okay? So, by the way pala, before I discuss the different promotion techniques, no, let's make it clear muna what do we mean kapag sinabi nating promotions. Okay? So, when we say promotions, it refers to the entire set of activities, no, which communicate either the product, the brand, or the service to its target user or to its customer. Okay? And ang idea nitong promotion na ito is to make people na maging aware, no, or to make people be aware or to attract to buy the product or for the customer or target market na makilala itong product na ito or itong company na ito. Okay? So that is the promotion. Okay? I will be discussing the different types of promotions or the promotion techniques being used by the business organizations when they are conducting an event, no, or in conducting an event. Okay? So let's start with the first one, which is the advertising. Okay? Kapag sinabi nating advertising, it refers to the printed, no, it can be visual or electronic media. Okay? In the narrowest sense of explanation, no, advertising refers to the message, no, to the public via the printed advertising materials, no, like we have the newspaper, we have the magazine, no, meron tayong mga billboards, and minsan even sa mga bus, no, yung printed stickers na nakabalot sa mga bus or even sa loob ng LRT, no, nakakita na ba kayo ng mga ganon? Via electronic naman, via TV and radio commercials, website banners, no. So itong mga advertising na ito or ads, no, ads are meant to work graphically with the medium to make the message stand out to the target customer, no. And the contents in this advertising ads are controlled. Okay? And in relation to events, no, with the use of this advertising technique, no, kaliwat kanan ang ginagawa nilang advertisement, no, just to promote the event or during the event usually. Okay? Kasi they usually give advertising specialties, no? Meron tayong tinatawag na advertising specialties. Okay? Pag sinabi nating advertising specialties, no, usually namimigay sila ng mga, it's either ng mga kalendaryo, ng pamaypay, mga coffee mugs, no, na kung saan printed doon sa mga items na yon ang kanilang promotions. Okay? So namimigay sila ng mga pa-giveaways, and through that giveaways, they are promoting their product, no, or they are promoting their services, no, through that printed advertisement. Okay? So that is in the perspective of the business. Okay? If they will organize an event for their promotion, or if they will organize an event for their promotion, okay, but what if the event, no, that you are going to organize is for educational purposes naman? Okay? So kunwari you are not part of a company. Now let's say you are a student in iTech, no, kunwari the event that you are going to manage is a conference, no, or a seminar or a webinar or a job fair, no. You can also take advantage of this advertising promotion, no, to contact or ask the assistance of the different companies for them to give sponsorship. Okay? And usually, the sponsorship that they are providing is for you, no, as the event manager, to advertise their products or their company by providing some giveaways, no, or for including the company logo in the invitation or banner or tarpaulin ng seminar, and to play the commercial during the event, no, something like that. And so yun yung tinatawag natin na advertising. Okay? So next one is the public relations. Okay? Kapag sinabi nating public relations, now from the word itself, now it suggests that this kind of promotion technique is being done by building or creating, no, a public image or public relationship. Okay? And papaano nakakapag-build ng public relations, no, na dinidiscuss natin ang isang company? Okay? Actually, there are 7 types of public relations, no? And itong mga types of public relations na ito is depending on the sector of the public, no, that they wanted to target. Okay? So meron tayong media relations, meron tayong investor relations, meron tayong government relations, community relations, and so on, no? And actually sobrang lawak nitong public relations na ito. Okay? So itong mga public relations, no, na strategies na ito, it ranges from giving donations to affected communities ng bagyo, let's say for example ng bagyo, ng lindol, or ng volcanic eruptions, no, from donations to celebrity endorsements. Okay? Or right now, no, the latest type of the endorsement through famous YouTube vlogger, no, or content creators. Okay? So parang they are helping the community, like namimigay sila ng mga donations or magkukonduct sila ng kunwari mga dental or medical mission or campaign, no, they are helping the community, but at the same time they are promoting their company or they are promoting their products. Okay? Or pwede rin silang mag-organize ng event like concert or concert for a cause, no, na kung saan they are connecting to the public by providing entertainment, and at the same time, or providing entertainment but at the same time they are actually promoting. Okay? So yun ang tinatawag natin na public relations. Okay? So the next promotion technique is the stunts, tinatawag. Okay? Pero dito sa itong stunts promotion naman na ito, we can actually call it as yung mga pakulo. Okay? And this is one of the hardest promotion technique to use. Okay? Now, for example, a pizza company, no, in order for them to promote their brand or their name in the pizza industry, no, it's either they can organize an event or they can break a record in the Guinness Book of World Record. Basta yun, no, by creating, let's say, the largest pizza, no, so that so that they are informing the market that this brand exists, no, and we are the record breaker or something like that, no, parang itong brand na to, ito yung may hawak lang record na may pinakamalaking pizza, no. So you are already promoting your brand, no. Or if they will organize an event, no, they will they will invite media and they have something na mga pakulo, no. A good example is yung Labafalooza, no, or of close up. Okay, so that's the stance as promotion, no. So as a promotion technique na ginagamit nila, so they organize an event, and on that event they store something na mga pakulo nila or strategies on how the company or the brand can be remembered. Okay, so the next is the invitation. Okay, of course, in order for the event that you are organizing, or for the event that you organize, no, na malaman or maging aware ang mga participants na gusto mong umattend, okay, you will provide invitation. Okay, so parang you are letting them know na merong ganitong event na magaganap and you are cordially invited. Now you are inviting them to come. Okay, in any event, whether corporate or personal, it is the promotion technique na usually ginagawa or usually ginagamit. Okay, and there are actually a lot of promotion techniques and strategies to use, no, that will vary, or of course will depend on the needs of the event that you are organizing. Okay, and we actually have a lot of promotion techniques, no, that we can use and we can choose from, na sobrang dami ng mga promotion techniques, no. I just give you the basic promotion techniques, no, na usually ginagamit. Okay, and tulad nga ng sinabi ko, dahil sobrang dami ng promotion techniques that we can use from or we can choose from, it will just depend on how creative you are as the event organizer or the event management or the event manager. Okay, and these techniques are just another way, no, to promote the event or to promote the business or to promote the products or services, no. And katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, an event that you are organizing can use one or more of these promotional strategies, kasi syempre it also depends on the size, no, of the event that you are organizing. Okay, and in conceptualizing, it also needs to determine, of course, the size of your event. Okay, so that is our next discussion. Okay, so let's proceed with our discussion of the lesson 5. Okay, which is how to determine the size of your event and the different types of events. Okay, so in event management and in event organizing, one of the things that you need to consider during your conceptualizing process is determining the size of your event. Okay, kasi you need to assess if itong event ba na ito that you need to organize, kailangan ba malaki or maliit, no, or do we need a large crowd or konting crowd lang ang kailangan natin. Okay, especially in some of the business organizations, no, it is actually part of their let's say general plan of activities for the whole year na is organizing events. Okay, may mga company that it's actually part of their tradition or culture na dapat, let's say for this month, dapat may ganitong event, no? May mga companies na kunwari, it's expected for them na, let's say yung San Miguel Corporation, it is expected that every month of October, no, they have the Oktoberfest, no, and that is their major event. Okay, and they always see to it that the size of the event is for large crowd. Okay, and of course, meron din silang minor events for small crowds naman. Okay, so determining the size of the event is really important. Okay, but of course, it will depend upon the objectives or goals, no, that you wanted to achieve for the event. Okay, especially during this pandemic, now we are actually restricted, no, that if ever we need to organize an event, no, it should be a small crowd, no, and will not exceed more than, let's say, 100 people. Okay, so in determining the size of the crowd, no, you need to consider the budget. Okay? Gaano ba kadami ang kaya nyong gastusin in terms of gaano rin kadami ang kailangan pakainin na mag-a-attend or attendees ng event, no? Gaano karami ang kailangang rentahang upuan or mesa, no? We need to also consider the availability of the venue to use. No, may available bang venue for large crowd or ang available na lang na venue is for small crowd only, no? And the restrictions that we need to follow. Okay? So it's also important. Okay? So you need to also consider, no, the purpose of your event. Okay? If the purpose is intended for large crowd, then choose the large crowd capacity of a venue, no? If the purpose is only for small crowd, then of course choose the small crowd size of event. Okay? So let's proceed on discussing the different types of events. Okay? So since there are a lot of events that are existing in our society, and dahil sa sobrang dami niya, no, we can classify these events into four broad categories, no, that is based on their purpose or based on their objectives. Okay? So actually we have the personal or the private event. We have the corporate event. We have the charity or the fundraising event. Okay? So let's start with the first one, which is the private or the personal events. Okay? Based from the name itself, no, it suggests that this private or personal event is for personal and private purposes only. Okay? I think there's no need for me to elaborate more the details of this private or personal events, no? Kasi now what are the examples of this personal and private events, no? So we have the wedding, we have the wedding anniversaries, no, the birthdays, the debut, graduation parties, and the likes, no? And in this private or personal events, no, are usually there is a guest list in the venue, no, to ensure that the venue is not open to public. Okay? So para maiwasan yung mga gate crashers, no, party crashers. Okay? Kung sino lang ang invited or sino lang ang may invitation, no, sila lang ang pwedeng pumasok. Okay? Kaya nga siya tinawag na private, no? Kumbaga parang walang Mami Divine ang pwedeng pumasok sa Sara Mateo wedding, no? Something like that. Okay? So the next type of event is the corporate events, no? So that's the second. Okay? In this type of event, these events are used for a business to promote their company's brand or products. Kaya nga natin siya tinawag na corporate or business. Okay? So the examples of this corporate events meron tayong it's either team building, we have yung mga business dinners, no, breakfast meeting, yung mga networking events, we have the conferences, kasama na din dyan yung mga seminars, no, conferences, seminars, product launching, and the likes. Okay? So itong corporate events naman na ito, the business will use corporate events to help them build a professional or corporate relationship for the advantage, of course, of the business or the business objectives, no, including management function, corporate communications, and to improve company morals and business procedures, no. It's either to increase profitability and income. Okay? So regardless kung gaano kalaki or kaliit ang business, as long as its purpose is for the benefit of the business, now we call it as the corporate events. Okay? So while the last type of event is ito yung tinatawag natin na the charity or fundraising events. Okay? This type of events naman are used for individuals to raise money for a charity or for their choice of events, no? And the examples of this type of event are meron tayong concert for a cause. Now we have the fun run, no, sports event, charitable auctions, no, and charity ball and the likes, no? Yung parang sa Star Magic, so meron silang charity ball, no? So yung tinatawag natin ng mga charity or fundraising events, na yung mga fun run, na mga concert for a cause. Okay? So These are the three types, or the three categories of events. No, so we have the okay, so we have this three types now. We have the personal, we have the corporate, and we have the charity or fundraising events. No, and for the complete list of the different kinds of events, no, you can check the instructional materials. No, in the details for each kind, no, of the event is explained there. No, kasi yung mga nakalist, no, sa instructional materials natin na the different types of events are self-explanatory. No, you can just browse from our instructional materials. Okay? So nandun yung the list of the different types of events are self-explanatory, no, as well as the event team and the team management. Okay? So katulad nga ng always nating nababanggit, no, the event management will not end up to be successful if it's not because of the different people, no, working together to achieve the goals why you are organizing an event. Okay, so these people that are working for you, no, they need someone, or they need a manager that can always influence them to be better in everything, no, that they are doing, especially in contributing for the success of the event, no, that you are organizing. Okay, and with that, one of your responsibility, no, as the event manager is to develop your people to be excellent in the craft that you are doing, that everyone is doing. Okay, as much as possible, now we should we should treat your event team with equal respect. No, and it is said that the most effective way of developing your people is ensuring that you are giving a regular feedback, no, to members of your team on their work, no, sa anumang trabahong ginagawa nila. No, it's better that we always give them feedback, no, kasi kumbaga parang itong feedback, no, that we are giving to the members of your team sa trabaho nila, this feedback is something that can help them to be better, no, or to be more improved, no, if in case that there is something that needs to be corrected, no, on the way how they are working, no. And once everyone is regularly receiving feedback, no, it will eventually improve the performance of the team as a whole, no. So that's why, as the future event managers, no, you should always treat your team in a way that will be beneficial, okay, not only to your team members but also to your team as well. Okay, so that's our discussion for today. On our next lecture, I will discuss with you the lessons of the module 2, now the concept and design of events.